Questions, please? Well, how do you get 60?
Coach, are you eager to start playing some teams that maybe are a little more competitive?
No, I actually enjoy this. It's a lot easier. I can sit on that stool over there.
Like Wisconsin, of course.
Mm-hmm. No, we're getting ready to get out.
What do you think a victory over like Wisconsin would have done for your team? And you had the opportunities, according to you.
Well, if I said it, has to be true. Well, it would have helped us. I mean, when you beat a top 10 team, I think that puts you on the radar. I mean, they're ranked 10th, so puts you on the radar. Was that a good enough answer?
It's a start. Let's play off on that.
Okay.
Normally, when somebody misses 80 shots, you don't get 60.
Right. Agreed. We obviously coming back from Cancun, I wasn't very happy with the way we rebounded the ball, so we've emphasized that a great deal. And Dave, honestly, I'm still not very happy with what it was. Our guards didn't, Juwan did, but the rest of them didn't do a very good job putting the body on people, and we did a poor job we did a very poor job of post defense, and then when we let them step around us, and when they missed shots, they were able to follow, and we can't do that either. There's so many things we've got to get better at.
Is this a start to that? Encouraging?
I hope so. I don't know. Honestly, we're supposed to win these, right? So, it's we're gonna try to make sure we're ready for everything that Missouri throws at us, and this team has. I mean, it's better than we were a year ago at it, but not what it needs to be at in terms of knowing personnel. We run at guys that can't shoot, and sometimes we don't run at guys that can. You got to know who can make shots and who can't, and who's going to drive it, and which way they're going to drive it. And in the post, you got to know which way they're going to turn. Most guys are our left shoulder guys, and we let guys step around us, going to their left shoulder and scoring, that's not knowing personnel and doing a very good job. So we've got a lot of things we've got to do.
Are you better off right now at this point in doing those things than you were at this time last year?
Yeah, we're way better. But then last year?
Yes.
I don't know. I've tried to block that out. I don't know if we are or not. But I think, we scored 96 points, and Aaron went very good. He's been really good, and he didn't play near as well as he's been playing. Lonnie didn't score the ball as well as he's been scoring the ball, and neither one of them shot it very well. And in spite of that, we still were able to score because Remy came in and made shots, and Nate made shots. Hopefully we got enough guys. Terry kind of looked like Terry again. Terry had a little bounce to him, and Terry made some shots. So hopefully that continues. It's nice to be able to win the way we did without those two having some of their better games.
For your perimeter shooters, what are the keys for them to get to the offensive glass? As opposed to big guys obviously have to just turn and seal inside.
Well, it's easier, actually. It's easier because you're harder to block out out there. It's when you're inside, you really can only kind of go one way, because you go the other way, you're underneath the backboard. And when you're on the perimeter, you can go either way. You kind of get a running start. So I think in a lot of ways it's easier. I think that's why we've always rebounded so well, because we run the motion stuff, which takes those bigs away from the goal. And bigs normally, generally speaking, aren't very good at blocking out there. They never do it. They work in the post all the time. So I think that has always helped us in the past. It sure hasn't. But you got to go. You know, I said to Remy, I said, you got to go rebound the ball. He said, I tried. I said, no, you didn't. No. They don't generally bounce to half court. Go rebound the ball.
Bob, Kevin Noreen does a lot of different things for your team, but tonight in the first half, he added scoring to the repertoire. Talk a little bit about his game and what he meant in the first half.
Well, we were having a hard time, I think, to start the game. We were just so loose with the ball, and I think they came in with the intention they were going to stand in the lane, not guard him. I came in 2 hours before, and he and Aaron Harris were out here shooting the ball, and he had two managers, and he was getting up a lot of shots, and ironically, he must have taken 50 shots from the exact same spot where he made that shot from. So I don't know if he I know he's not clairvoyant because he can't find an open guy. But,
You had to be happy with your rebounding tonight.
it was better, Mick.
In particular,
It was better. I mean, we still gave up too many. We should.
and you get that type against a more competitive team.
I don't think we'll out-rebound Missouri by 40. No, we just kept getting pushed under the basket. We did a little bit better job of not getting pushed under the basket.
I know you're not one to reminisce, but as you continue to move up the wins list, is it meaningful when you start looking at the names you're looking around?
I don't pay any attention to it. I think, when I came off the floor and TV said, asked me about it, I got great respect for Coach Stewart. The job that he did at Missouri is just a phenomenal job. And they have everything they have there to a large degree because of Norm Stewart. Their arena is absolutely state-of-the-art. It is one heck of a place, and they've got a great following. They'll have 14, 15, 16,000 people there, I'm sure, on Thursday. And to a large degree because of Norm. So I have great respect for what he does. Tark has been like, grandfather and uncle, something to me. When I was just a young kid, young coach, and he kind of took me under his wing. He's been absolutely phenomenal to me, and has given me a lot of advice, both X's and O wise, and just about our business in general, and so I have incredible respect for Tark, and that's what I guess that's what it means to me, is the two names of two people that I have great respect for. But, as I've said many times, I don't look backwards. It's probably a good thing too, but you keep looking out the windshield and going forward.
There's a different topic. You mentioned the following. Kevin Green said he realizes it's probably going to take some time to get the fans back. You look out tonight, but what are your thoughts there?
No, I said it the other time. We got great fans. There's just 4,000 of them. That's all. A lot of people have 16,000 of them. We have 4. So I'm happy with the people that came. I keep hearing this team's exciting. It must not be exciting enough. I don't know. It's probably there's a lot of factors, I'm sure.
The overall rebounding tonight, or the fact that it was a guard that led you guys in rebounding, which one is more important or impressive?
I've said, Justin, happy vacation, by the way. We missed having you. I have kind of been prodding our guards to rebound as well. I think Aaron got Aaron almost had a tip dunk, I think, to start the game, and then he had a follow, and so I've been on them to rebound it more at both ends. We're not big enough. We're not big enough, and we're not strong enough, and so we're going to have to team rebound.
Is that sending all five? I mean, is that?
We always send all five defensively. We're supposed to send, 3.5 offensively, but I thought Remy was the point guard, getting back a couple times.
Free throws just a matter of time.
Yeah, I talked to Aaron yesterday. He's kind of. You can't turn it over at the top, and you do that, you're not going to get it up. And both of his hit the front of the rim. They're both short because he turned it over at the top. But it's a matter of mechanics. And I guess the bad thing about having them make 100 a day is sometimes they get a hurry.
Maybe we're 19 and 22.
No, I know he missed too. and I mean, he's a guy that it's kind of like when Deshaun missed him. I thought there was something wrong. It's not supposed to happen. And you just have so much confidence in those guys going to the line. But I mean, we shoot enough of them. It's not like we don't shoot enough.
Not that it happens all the time, but like if Aaron starts off from the field, 1 for 5, over 3, whatever, do you have to make a conscious effort to keep him involved, or does it?
No, he does that himself.
Yeah.
I was just loose with the ball today, for whatever reason. And he hasn't been. And his ball security's been pretty good. And today he was just real loose with it.
Bob, this is kind of unusual, I guess, but given the...
I wouldn't expect anything else from you.
Or from you, thank you. The strides that Staten has made, though, and he's always rebounded it fairly well this season, but he gets points, passes. Would you be really surprised if you looked up one day and he had a triple-double?
No, not at all.
That type of player?
I think that the overriding thing, Mike, is he wants to win. I mean, I think he that debacle a year ago hit him as hard as it hit about anybody. And when you're a point guard and you take a lot of pride in being a point guard, which he does, everybody says it's your team, run the team, and so he doesn't want that to happen again, obviously, and he's doing everything that he can possibly do. I think his work ethic has certainly gotten so much better. He's studied. He's done so much better job of knowing personnel. Eric Martin says all the time, KYP, know your personnel, and he's done a great job knowing his personnel. So obviously he knows when guys are coming open, and he does a better job than anybody we've had in a while since some of those other guys in the past that we had in the middle of the run there, that they know the first option, the second option, the third option. We got guys don't know the first, so that's why the ball's been in his hands so much as well. And when he makes shots, he's tough to guard in the ball screen.
Bob, along the line of all the wins you've got in your career, the abridged version, what in your mind is it that has allowed you to be a successful coaching? In your style of coaching, I guess. I mean, some guys are great with X's and O's, some guys are great with players, some guys, some guys are great recruiters.
Well, Bob, I don't ever remember not being in the gym. I don't know what I was. I was old enough to know what was going on when my dad was still playing at Alderson Brothers, so I'd be lying if I told you I really remember watching them play. I remember being at the games and wadding up, empty Coke cups like everybody used to do back then, using it as a ball. My dad always took me to practice on the weekends. So I've always been around. I've always been around coaches. my dad started that basketball camp, so I was around 8 weeks or 9 weeks, whatever it was that we had. I was around coaches, so I've always been around the X and O part of it. And so, I mean, my dad's been a great influence on me. He's been a huge influence on me.
You ask the players, though, and the last thing they mention is you and X's and O's. They mention being honest with them. They mention being tough with them. They mention being fair with them. But
well, I mean, let's be honest. I think we're all kind of molded, and we're to a large degree we're determined not to be like some things that we didn't like. You know what I mean? The things that you really didn't like, you probably made a tremendous effort to make sure that you didn't treat your kids that way. And so I think that's, you know, that happens. I think I've always had really good communication, you know, and those guys have been incredibly loyal. And I think that's a two-way street. I think, you know, everybody wants to talk loyalty, but you know, it's like, you know, somebody leaves and goes somewhere, like, why would he go? He's not loyal to the school. Well, the school isn't going to be loyal to him. I found that out. I didn't believe that, you know, back then, but I know it for a fact now, you know. So if you expect players to be loyal to you, then you need to be loyal to them. And then if you expect players to work, you have to work yourself. And I think communication is really important. I don't think I ever talked to anybody as much as I talked to Joe Alexander. I mean, you know, thank God my wife was not here, because I was in office with him till all kind of hours, you know, trying to get him to understand what I wanted him to do and why. And not just what, but why. You know, I played for my dad, and if I said why to my dad, number one, I had to duck. And two, I knew what the answer was. It was because I said so, you know, and I didn't want to be like that. You know, I wanted them to understand why I tried to have them do what it was that I wanted them to do.
Anything else?
How about the Missouri game? Just preview that matchup a little bit for us. Good.
You don't let me enjoy anything, do you?
So you want to go forward?
I don't know. I'd like to watch some film first, but they got big guards. I think they have bigger and more athletic guards, I think, than anybody we've played to this point. And they're probably the most athletic team that we've played to this point. They want to play fast. They did press a lot. They haven't pressed as much this year. I'd be surprised if they pressed us, because Lonnie's hard to press. But it's the most athletic bunch that we've played. I mean, we're going to get, if we don't do a better job of blocking out higher and keeping them from pushing us under the basket, then it's going to be a long night for us on the glass. And then obviously we're going to have to make some shots. We don't score close very well, other than driving.
Thanks, Coach.
Mm-hmm.